Hello, my dear Pisces. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between April 16 and April 30, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marketing, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So, I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I also want to take the chance to tell you about the Lyrids meteor shower, April 22nd to 23rd, and the new moon as well, April 26th. Venus will be in Pisces and transit over to Aries in the end of the period. Mercury will join Uranus in Aries. Pluto will square Jupiter and the moon on the 25th, and Venus will square Moon and Saturn on the 30th, just as Venus moves into Aries. Venus has been going retrograde until the 15th of April, and now she's turning direct again during this phase. Okay, so for my dear Pisces, what's going on with you? We'll tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so my dear Pisces, this is your future, this is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the second half of April 2017, but whenever you watch this, it's probably the exact time, right time to see it. So the first card for you is Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a lovely card. It's you have the symbol of Venus here and 2 hearts clicking together. It wasn't too long ago that Mars and Venus kissed on the night sky. I don't remember the exact date, but since then they have been progressing away from each other, and Mars were in Taurus and Venus were in Aries, and that's kind of their counterpart. It's not the right planet for them, it's the opposite, so they have kind of been viewing each other's outlook. And then Venus have gone into Pisces, gone deeper into her feelings in retrograde, trying to remember something from the past when it comes to relationships. So I think we have a beautiful picture of Mars and Venus kissing here. For you, it probably means that the relationships were your relationships were strong and passionate at this time. Passionate can mean also not seeing really eye to eye, but with the Two of Cups, usually this was the case. Two of Cups is a beautiful card about understanding and trying to see the other points of view and trying to get cooperation and contact, emotional contact. Here we also have the Star card showing that the divine is mixing 2 souls together. So this seems to be a really beautiful love reading for you, Pisces. You are supposed to build something together on the ruins of the old, on the ruins of what didn't work, the ruins of the things that needed to get destroyed to be able to build something more with a greater foundation, with a more stable foundation. So everything that's not built on stable ground, sooner or later it will crash. Everything will crash, everything will pass. But we are here to kind of, we need to learn to build our life more truly aligned with ourselves and our true wants and needs and why we are here, our true missions. So two souls have a mission together, and the Star card is about healing. It's healing after the event of the Tower, the event where you need to sacrifice a lot of things to be able to move on more purified. So the Star card, it's the beginning of this purification. And the next card here is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is Gemini. It's our ability to think very rapidly, come up with new ideas. Sometimes it's typical for human to be like this, and we want to try out those new ideas sometimes before we know if they are secure or not. We can see this with all the new weapons that have come, the new chemicals that have been in used. No one really know the consequences of the different techniques that's being brought to the face of Earth by humans. We don't really know because we are doing things very impulsively. We are not thinking like 7 generations ahead anymore. We are thinking now, oh, we come up with this great idea, we can earn a lot of money. So in a relationship, this should be that a person is very quick-minded, also very quick to change their mind, and they think this is a good idea, and then they think this is a better idea. So it's something moving very quickly and rapidly. Sometimes not thinking things through really in the best way. Sometimes being jumping into conclusion and judging people without really knowing the cause of why they behaved the way they did, or why things happen in the way they did. So the Gemini is probably something that's occurring in your world currently. It might be a person mirroring you on the outside, but it's probably going on in your inside as well. You have a relationship, you have a little bit problems in that relationship due to the Tower, the things that need to be seen and resolved and healed, and those things you don't know really how to deal with them, because if you did, you wouldn't have those problems in the first place. So you're a beginner in this, so you really try to solve it, and you try to solve it with your mind. And what the mind does, it's a beautiful machine, putting on a lot of different options for you, dreaming futures for you, different scenarios. It's like a machine, it's like a computer, it can calculate a lot of things. But usually we have human being has this scary trait of not wanting to have their hopes up. So usually we imagine very dreadful things when we think like this. Sometimes we can be over hopeful and really want our things to be like working, and other times we can dream forward the most gruesome pictures for ourselves, and your body doesn't know the difference between what you're thinking and what's actually happening. So if you're thinking your thinking is excessively, if you are constantly thinking, you are probably also rather miserable. So what you need to do is, of course, stop thinking and feel your body. What kind of waves have your thoughts created in your body? If you can stay in tune with your body instead, and every time the thought comes, the thought that you can see is making damage on your body, it's getting stress, it's getting adrenaline, it's working, it's starting to think that every people around them is their enemy, and that person did this thing because they wanted to hurt me, and everyone is out to get me kind of feeling. So if you can stay in the body, you will cool the mind. The Knight of Swords, the Gemini, is a perfect instrument to use, but here when it comes like this, it seems like it might more be an addiction that you have, that you're overly thinking. So and the Star cards, it's wings here, and it's 2 birds of prey, so you try to really see things from above, but there's a tornado coming here. There's too much thought, too much air going around. So try to not think so much, try to stay centered in the body. The next card is 6 of Cups, so that's the card of reconciliation and healing of one's body, healing of one's emotional body. 6 of Cups is the childhood card and past life card. So it can come up thoughts and ideas and downloads about situations that have happened to you before, and you might be a little bit afraid that they will happen again. But with the Six of Cups, if it happens again, if the wound is reopened, it's there for you. It's a second chance for you to do something different this time. We are caught in a loop. Most of us is caught on a loop. We are doing the same thing kind of over and over again. We start off something and we think it's going to have a wonderful result, and in the end it had the same result as the other time we did it. Usually this is with relationships, or for some people they can have this wound within their work performance, or when it comes to friends, or when it comes to being like being able to don't mind that. Six of Cups is anyway the way you get a second chance to do this one more time. It doesn't seem very appealing to do one more time. It's like you're bicycling down the road and you know there's the hole, so I'm not going to fall down the hole, and then you fall down the hole. So this is a second chance for you to be able to not fall down the hole. So the best way is to not focus at the hole at all. Don't focus on the actual problem so much. Don't try to solve the problem. Instead, try to heal yourself. Try to heal your broken heart. Try to heal your inside, how it feels when you are missing someone. How it feels when your plans didn't work out. So try to stay with your body. Try to stay with this. This is a beautiful chance of healing this now. The wound is a little bit reopened, so you can finally resolve this. And with the Knight of Swords, it's a little bit of a warrior. So even if you love another person, it's easily to target them as the enemy because they mean the world to you. So what they do matters, and it can matter more than what anyone else does to you. And if you get your love from your performance, what the boss is doing, how they are acting towards you is going to mean the whole world. So you're going to always scan his or her behavior. Does she likes me? Doesn't she like me? Whether betrayal, did she do it like that just because to prove to me that I'm unworthy? It can be a lot of thoughts going around here because you try to solve a problem. You have something very precious here. You want love in your life, and you want to keep the love in your life. So you are trying to be very watchful over this thing. But of course, when you are very afraid of something, you're going to focus a lot of energy on it. And it's like, I'm not going to bicycle down that hole. I'm not going to bicycle down that hole. And then you do. Because what we focus on is what we create. So what I would like you to do, as I said, is try to focus on the body. Try to focus on healing your system. I'm coming to thinking about Jesus at the cross. He was there tormenting a great deal, and then he said he gave up his will for a greater cause. So he said, okay, so if it's meant that I will torment here, I will torment here. I will have this pain. So he stayed with the pain until he was relieved from it. Of course, by dying, but it was... we can say that this is a symbol of the death of the ego. Now, Jesus didn't have so much of ego, but probably you do. So he was there to state an example for you. And the example was to suffer. If there's a situation where you suffer, don't resist it. Be with it and let your ego die. So the Knight of Swords is a little bit much up in the ego. It's an energy that wants to prevail. It wants to survive. It wants to reinvent itself. It's our beautiful humanity, like the thing that we got when Adam and Eve ate from the forbidden fruit in the paradise. We got our mind. It woken up. We woke up in a human body, and we saw a lot of problems, and we wanted to solve them. But the Knight of Swords is sometimes solving too many problems, causing more problems that they are actually solved, and all the solution to the old problems is just causing new problems. So what you need to do is to go back to the natural state, a little bit like Adam and Eve in paradise and don't mind so much the problems. If you have a problem and you can solve it, solve it. And if you can't solve this problem, save it for another day. Don't think excessively on it. Try to rest. It's a big struggle actually to do this because the mind is very strong and it comes here very centered. So it wants to take you over. It wants to rule your life. But what you need to do is to see this all the time and pull yourself back into the body and see the pain that the mind just caused, the stress, the beating heart, the tension in your throat, the worry in your stomach. Do this again and again and again. This is how you wake up. The next card is a beautiful King of Cups. The King of Cups is talking about the person that has transformed and healed themselves. So no one can touch a whole person. Nothing will touch a whole person. It's a beautiful saying by Krishnamurti. I will see if I can remember it. I don't mind what happens. And this is what happens when you have healed your inner space, because then you get very centered, and wherever you go, there you are. So you're always healed, and whatever happens to you, you are not so scared of this. You don't want to lose loved one, you don't want to lose your job and things like this. But when you have healed yourself, you know that you will be able to live through it with a minimum of pain, actually, because you have found the doorway into your soul by being inside your body. Your body is your soul's temple, so you'll find your soul there. It's the warmth in your hands, the tingling in your feet, the life force in your body. So visit it whenever you are in pain. Visit it whenever you have this excessive thinking, and you will find, you will clean out your space. You will make a beautiful temple for yourself there, where nothing can really on the core hurt you anymore. You have built a strong foundation that won't rock in a storm. It will be there very safely, and it's your inner you. It's your eternal you. It's just there underneath the surface. How to access it? Feel your body. Listen to the sound in your surrounding. Breathe. Feel the breathing. And go inwardly and feel your whole body from the inside. It's a gateway, and when you practice, you will be able to go through that gateway and find your inner paradise. So it seems like that you have a love relationship where you mirror yourself. It's the twin here. Gemini is the twin. You have also twin here on the star card, and it's a reunion, maybe of twins. For some of you, this will be a twin flame relationship. And for some of you, it will just be that you're mirroring yourself on the outside. You have a person on the outside. Everything that you think is wrong with that person is probably things that you need to look on upon in yourself, or maybe kind of cultivate in yourself. If you see a person that's always stubborn, doing their own thing, while you are doing everything here, trying to help them and trying to make everything all right, maybe then you are supposed to do more of what this person are doing. Maybe you're over-functioning. It can be in many different ways, but it seems like you're mirroring yourself in another person, in a situation, something that has been maybe tear down here in the past we can't see. But it seems like it wants to be a second chance for you, either with the relationship or with you healing yourself. King of Cups is usually Scorpio, this transformation sign, but it can be any water sign. It can be any kind of person. This could actually be the same person as well, overly thinking, then finding their inner center, being the master of their thinking, not having to think excessively anymore. But usually you have representative of those person in the outside as well, and it can be any sign, just a person maybe often making you agitated, and this person maybe being able to cool you down, maybe be able to ask you questions that will make you find yourself. It can be different things. King of Cups can be a person that loves you very deeply as well. The next level of cards, this is in the past, but for some of you watching in early April, this will happen now. and this is now the second part of April 2017. So we have the Nine of Swords here. It's Gemini again. We see this, it's when the mind has started to circulate maybe during the night. Yeah, you were supposed to go to sleep, but then all those thoughts that you have tried to suppress during the day, they came up like this. So if you have problems with this, I urge you to go to bed like 1 hour before your bedtime, and take with you a notebook and write down all those thoughts that you have that's stressing you out. If you make a list of all the problems that you have in nighttime, they usually look much bigger than they do in the daytime, because in the nighttime your brain is starting to cool down and save energy, because you're supposed to be to sleep, so you don't think as well as you do normally. So you will think small things will be big problems, but write them down, and know that this book is when you write things down, you're giving them attention. So your thoughts will, the part of you that's thinking will feel seen. They will feel seen by you writing down all the worry that they have, because they're an entity that wants to take care of you. They woke up one day in paradise and they say, oh God, this person needs help. They have a lot of problem. So they have been trying to help you since then. It's an archetype within you, trying to help you, pointing out all the things that can go wrong, all those potholes in the road that you shouldn't bike down in, but you do, because the cycle is the same way all the time until you find an alternative way to do this. So first, write all those worrisome thoughts down. Nine of Swords is cruelty towards yourself, usually, through your own thoughts. You're thinking the most gruesome outcome on this. It's if you have something and you don't want to lose it, you're surely going to lose it. You feel like this, and it's a lot of things that can go wrong if we have the mind working on it. Then there's always a possibility that it can go wrong, and your mind will find them and they will freak you out. So when you let your mind freak you out, then you lay the book aside maybe, or you just relax a little bit and you feel the energy in your body. So where does it hurt now? After the mind has taken its toll on you, on your emotional body, ripped it, drawn into it, and stressed it out. So you find the place where it hurts the most, or where there's the most intense feeling, and you try to describe the feeling. Is it warm, cold, stabbing, pulsating? You can open the book and write this down. It's a pulsating feeling, and it's located in the throat maybe. And you can write if it has a color. It has a grayish color. You can write out if it has a shape of form. It's formed like you can say an iron bar. That was the first thing that come to mind. It's okay, color, shape, form, and also if it has the taste, so you feel a metallic taste, and a smell, maybe you feel the smell of sulfur, and maybe it has a tune, maybe clinging tune. If you can find this tune on YouTube somewhere where someone is clinging in metal, you can listen to this. It will probably heal this pain that you have in the throat. And then you ask this pain, you ask it like, why are you here? Who are you? Why are you here? How do you want to help me? So you can ask this, what is the truth? What is the truth that I'm not seeing? Ask this a lot of questions, whatever question you want, because you have now found an access down to your subconscious. You don't have to know what caused the pain in the first place. It can be when you actually tripped off the bicycle when you were 3 years old and you thought that you were going to die because the steering wheel hit your throat. So it can be this thing, but your mother is immediately pick you up and say, well, it's no worry, it was no danger, so up on the bike again, we ride again. So your emotion, your scared emotion never got the chance to kind of go its course. It's like when you are scared and you are not, you don't have this jump when you are scared. Sometimes the scary feeling can sit for quite a long time. So when a child falls, you could say, okay, how did that feel? So okay, it was scary. Yes, you have felt a very scary feelings, but look, I will check you out. Okay, so it's nothing wrong with you. It hurts a little bit maybe. Does it still hurt? So you see the child. You don't just say, okay, so up and right again, because then sometimes this can happen. We are so fragile. We are so fragile. We can't imagine how fragile we are. This little event like that can make you lose sleep like 20 years later. So we should really let our feelings run its course. It's very important. It's like a wave. If you stop it in the mid-wave, it's frozen and it will be saved for later. So it's like a merry-go-round here with the feelings and the thoughts and the feelings and the thoughts, and they fuel each other. And when you give this attention, you start a healing process, and that's the first thing. But you are very well up on the race already. Eventually, you can do this exercise much quicker, and then you will be able to find that inner sweet spot again, your connection with your soul. Mindfulness, meditation, mindfulness, meditation. So we don't have to hang on the cross all the time. It can be boring if not anything else. So the next card is Queen of Cups. So this is the mother that listens when you have gotten hurt, when you fall off the bike. So she knows that the feelings is something very important. She knows the emotions that the feelings have. She knows that you can't stop it mid-wave. It needs to run its course. So you need to ask the child or yourself, so how does it feel? What's the problem? Where does it hurt? So you do this for yourself, and this is you maintaining a healing female aspect into you. You have a masculine healing aspect here, and then a feminine healing aspect. So the feminine healing aspect, she is taking care of you. She is listening to your problems. She's letting you go through this emotion, and she's saying yes. She gives a validation to your emotion, so you are entitled to have it. She gives support to your emotions, so they will be able to take some place. The King of Cups is more like this, that he will be able to take the information of the emotions and then let them go, because he has gone to another step. He has kind of stepped into his temple. He doesn't run around in the waves of emotions anymore. But you need to have both the archetypes. Sometimes you need to roll around here. Sometimes you need to be able to just take the information from the emotion. Okay, so I feel a little bit upset by this. Then I know I will take this course of action. So he is more like stable with this. And sometimes you are best. It's best for you to do this way, but this can you can't do it all the waves. The emotion is really like going and going and going like this. You are caught in a wave, and you need to feel it the full round, so you will be able to not freeze it in time, because this will make another hurt that you will have to heal later on. So you have King of Cups and Queen of Cups. That's of course so many different things. It's this what I told you. It's also Scorpio and Cancer. It's also you, Pisces. It's what's going on inside of you. But it seems like you also have a person in your life that you are kind of clicking with. There's a Knight of Swords as well. I don't know if there's a third party, or this is the problem that you have in this relationship, that you are suspicious. You have like kind of suspicious minds towards each other, probably because you have a lot of old wounds that comes up in this relationship, because they usually in love relationships, all our relationship comes up and wants to be mirrored, all our past hurt. So love relationships, they play a big role in our lives when it comes to spiritual enlightenment and healing. They are there to mirror us. That's why they are so hard. They are not there for you to be happily ever after. They are there for you to find yourself, heal yourself, find every little shadow that you have and bring it up to the light. So it's big, like a big black hole that just wants to clean things out. And that's what's you're magnetically pulled to one another, even if it's an abusive person, for example, because it's something with this person that you need to see, how you are abusing yourself, how you don't respect yourself. So if you think that you are in a relationship with a person that's not treating you well, you ought to start treating yourself really well quick. So the sooner you will learn this, the sooner you will detach from that person, and the magnet will it will lose its force, and you will split like this, like very natural. So the next card, very central, is the Nine of Coins. So Nine of Coins is self-love. It's about finding the inner temple garden, finding that place where you can rest from all of your shattering thoughts and all your painful feelings. So mindfulness, it's what's going to open the door. You know, when you see the truth of everything that's around you. You hear the noises, the sounds, even if it's like a sledgehammer to a wall, you just feel, you hear it because it's there. And if you feel a lot of pain in the body, that's what you feel right now. And if you feel an awful smell in the air, that's what you feel. Sometimes it can be easier to retreat to nature to do this, so you don't have to have the most worst situation when you are going to feel your existence. So to hear the birds sing and feel summer breeze on your face and smell from flowers will probably be a more nice way to open the gateway to the now, to here now, to your presence, being able to be in your body fully. And this is how you also open the door for your soul to penetrate down in its temple, to be there fully. And when you have done so for maybe a half an hour, felt all your body, maybe doing the exercises with first the mind, and then the pain, the emotions that you have, the residue of the day, maybe things that you haven't been able to be awake enough to see during the day. And here with the Nine of Coins, you stay in that place and you feel everything that's there. And then you start to feel the warmth in your hands and your feet, and you let it spread to the body. You can also breathe in light and breathe out maybe your pain and things like this. Send it to the center of the Milky Way so it can come back transformed and healed. And if you feel like you have a big pull from someone, the Gemini, it's coming into your head. It's like you have your loved one there all the time, and your problems, it's weighing you down. It's impossible to have any kind of peace and quiet in your mindfulness here. Put a mirror between you and this person, because you probably have a deep contact, and every time this person is worried, you become worried, and when they don't give a shit, you will become angry, and you will go on like this. So put a mirror in the direction where the person lives so you can have some peace and quiet for a while. So okay, yes, you are connected, and that's a beautiful thing, because this is why you're thinking of each other, even if you're far apart, because you have a mission together to enlighten each other. But just now you want peace and quiet, so put up the mirror. Don't let this person's energy hit you. Send the energy back first. You will feel a big sigh of relief, and then you put up a mirror, and then you will be able to have your inner space in peace and quiet, and have a long, beautiful chat with your soul. Just stay there, feel the warmth. It will be like having the sun shining in your face. It's a very beautiful thing. You can actually do this with the sun shining in your face. It will be even more effective. So this, you need to learn to rest. You need to learn to find your inner space, your place where you are self-sufficient. You have everything you need from your soul. Your soul is like powerful, like a million suns, and it can feel all your needs. So when you will be able to go to the center of you, to your temple, you will have no problems at all. And as long as you want to stay there, you stay there. For half an hour, or several hours. It's up to you. It's up to how much time you need to reboot yourself. And eventually you will learn to reconnect with your spirit over the day, all the time. Okay, every time you're in a troublesome situation, you'll feel your hand and you'll feel your feet, and you will immediately be in your soul. But for now, there's a practice. So here we have 8 of coins. 8 of coins is a beautiful, it's like the white rose within you, your pure will and intentions to be a good person and to complete your mission and do what's right. So it's talking about a continuation, working on a relationship, still working on your personal growth. Kind of see what went wrong before. What was happening in the last seconds before you drive your bicycle down the pothole? Try to see it, so you will be able to do something different this time. So okay, all the other times we drove down the pothole was because I became very angry, very, very agitated. So okay, this time I will be angry and agitated, but I will tell it in a calmer way. So I will say, okay, this is making me really angry, and this is how I feel, instead of saying a lot of gruesome stuff to your partner, or it can be so many different things. Okay. Many people, we have different behaviors. We are fleeing, or we flee the field, or we are fighting, or we are doing so many different things. Some people put on the ice machine and save the pain for later. So here we have Queen of Wands. So you have 2 queens now, Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands, and both those queens are very powerful when it comes to emotion and passion. They are all about their soul. She is like living her soul. She's very creative. She's very compassionate, both towards others and herself. Since she is in tune with her soul, she is very much. She's not really a person you should disrespect, because you wouldn't know. She will let you know. So she will tell, I'm very angry with you, you did this, and you will have to face her rage if you did something wrong towards her. The Queen of Cups is instead in a big bucket of tears, and she will cry and cry and cry if you did something that wasn't really. So if you want to be with her, you need to keep her emotions like leveled, and see to that her needs are met and that she's listened to. The Queen of Wands, you need to not step on her toes. You need to not make her angry. You need to not disrespect her, because then you will know. So I think this is archetypes within you that's very helpful for you right now. You're supposed to be a bucket of tears. You're supposed to be in your full self-respect. You can have so much compassion for others. You know how it feels to walk like a mile in the other person's shoe, but you're also allowed to know how their behavior affects you, and to put boundaries. So the Queen of Wands is about self-respect, and the Queen of Cups is about finding your emotions, being able to connect with the divine and your true, like your road signs. So you will be upset when the divine sends a lot of energy, like this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, put attention to this. Okay, so she starts to cry and says, okay, this is how I feel. And all heavens have big sighs of relief, because finally she got it. And with the Queen of Wands, she's supposed to be full of self-respect. She's kind of a warrior, Amazonas warrior. You see all the sparkles around her head here. But she's, if I were anyone to take care of my children, she would be the one, because she will both know their feelings, like being able to really walk a mile in their shoes, so be very compassionate. And in the same time, she will raise my children. She will say no when the things they were doing were wrong or dangerous, and she will also defend them like a tigress. Okay, it's Aries usually. It can be Leo and Sagittarius as well, but it's probably you here. It seems like you need to be like more expressive with who you are. And I think you're going to feel the calm of yourself inside here. So you're going to be able to express yourself more. You're going to find self-respect when you find your soul. So I'm talking too much. This is your future, my dear Pisces. So we have the sun here. It's your soul, wants to come through, wants you to see the truth of the situation, wants you to be fully here and now. So practice all the time, here and now, here and now. Listen to the birds, listen to the sounds, listen to the smells, feel your breathing, feel your body. Try to always find a way to reconnect with your here and now. Even when you talk with other people, you can feel the smell in the surrounding, or listen very deeply to what they say without thinking about what you are going to reply. Feel your body, feel the warmth in your hand and feet. Try to be in your soul all the time, as much as possible. This is the time when we are awakening, so you join the joyride. And here's the Six of Wands, and this is when your soul has gone down in this temple. It's Leo in Jupiter, a white horse, your known feelings. So you see, your feelings is the gateway to the divine here. It's the gateway to your soul. When you tune in with your feelings and you don't judge them anymore, you know that they are your contact with the divine. When they send you this tearful energy or this upset energy, it's for a reason. They are not doing this to tease you or torment you. They are sending this to wake you and for you to express your truth, because this is expression of truth. And it's Leo's, and Leo's planet is the sun. So it's much about self-expression here. I'm good enough as I am. And here you have a beautiful little Page of Cups. That's your inner child. That's the one that got hurt that's so fragile and got like almost traumatized just because they were not being able to have their full course of emotion when they fall off the bike. So, and you know, this has happened to you a trillion of times in your lifetime. So this person is like a shaking leaf. It has not been really well taken care of, but you have two strong women here being able to take care of your inner child. And when you align with your soul, the Page of Cups will have the time of their lives, because they are the same. They are the same. So the Page of Cups is having the whole package with everything you were supposed to do here on earth. It has it like in this package, and when you follow your Page of Cups, your soul will be able to enter your life, and you will be able to do the deeds of your soul here on earth. The next card is the Lovers. So it seems like love is in the air for you here. The Lovers is also, it's the Paradise and Eve and the Snake. The Snake is your DNA, it's evolution. So it's evolution going on here due to a love relationship. Even if you are far apart, you feel the connection. This is still on. You still learn from each other, even though you might not be close. And if you're close, there will probably be very many sparks here and a beautiful warmth. Maybe you can learn to do this practice together and heal both of you in the same time. But if you heal yourself, your counterpart will come like slightly after. They will follow you. So when you heal yourself, you actually heal your surrounding just by, it's like magic. The next card is Three of Cups. So Three of Cups is a beautiful card about happiness and joy. So when you find your soul, you will find your happiness and also what you are supposed to do that's actually making you happy. And the veil is coming away from your eyes, so you're starting to see things more truly. You don't need to have your pink glasses anymore, because you have the centerness in you. So whatever is on the outside, you can take it because you have found your inner paradise. So you don't have to blindfold yourself and kind of pretend like people are in a way that they aren't. You can call their bluff. You can see through illusions, and you can be happy anyway, because this is a celebration of life. This is like your life force coming here through your own watery personality, through your own emotions. When you free yourself to be able to have the most black emotions, the really lows, you will be able to have the really highs as well, to live a full life. You are not here just supposed to breathe very slightly and survive from A to Z. You were supposed to live a full life, okay? This is the way that you experience most. Three of Cups, it's Trinity. It's those the connection that you have with very significant people. Sometimes it's talking about a love triangle, but if it is a love triangle, you're supposed to learn something from that too. Probably to say no to love triangles. whatever. So Three of Cups is a beautiful card about finding those deep treasures within yourself, the deep, deep, beautiful love, and share it with others. It's also Mother, Father, and child, the Holy Trinity. So I will take some cards quick here from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to see what's going on with your dear Pisces. So we have the Shadow Queen and the Fire Prince. So this is the creatures you can use, the archetypes you can use when you go through your inner space, through your inner pain. The Shadow Queen is acquiring knowledge, insecurity, manipulation. It's when you go inside and there's still a lot of darkness, there's still a lot of pain. So you need the light of your soul to find your way here through the landscape of the subconscious, the exercise I told you with the Nine of Swords. And it's like kind of a train track here talking about your destiny. So even if it's dark now, you will come to the place you are supposed to be. You just need to put more light into the situation. Do the exercise as often as possible. Find your inner space as often as possible. If you bring sun in to a shadowy place when the sun comes, the shadow is going to go away. It's going to hide underneath bushes and other things. And wherever you put the sun, the shadow will go away. But you can't put shadow in front of the sun. This can't prevail. So wherever you put your light of attention, your soul's attention to, will become light. Okay. So you also have the Fire Prince, optimism, aggression. So I think it's talking about your Queen of Wands here. So it's no danger if you get a little bit angry, if you get a little upset. Just try to be very diplomatic, like I'm angry because of this and this. So it won't be any misunderstandings. But it seems like you are supposed to be very expressive with who you are. You're not supposed to be a silent victim in the shadows. You're supposed to tell how it feels, tell things straight to people's faces. You have the Sun here, you have the Six of Wands, and your inner child. So I think you're supposed to take care of and take like a stand for your own inner child and deciding that you are going to protect it because you love yourself. So that's a beautiful thing. I will also take cards from the past life oracle card to see what has been going on maybe in the past here. We have 3 cards. Sorry. Okay, so it's about needs. It's hard to fulfill one's needs when you can't control other people and you need them. So what you need to do is to find your inner core by working very hard and find your inner core. Take control over your thoughts by feeling your body, by connecting with your soul. So this is a hard work. You need to be very mindful, very awake. And when you fall asleep, and you, as soon as you awake again, and I mean you fall asleep in the way you start excessively thinking. When you wake again, you do the exercise, you train to be in your body, you train. Don't give up. And eventually you will, of course, be able to fulfill your own needs. But it's not forever, you know. But to the extent that you feel that you heal yourself. And when you are healed, you are able to meet other whole people. So you can be in holy matrimony. You don't have to meet other people that's broken. So when you heal yourself and do this work to nourish yourself and take care of yourself, use this wisdom to heal yourself. This is a unicorn. It's talking about miracles. It's talking about when you find your wisdom of your soul, your life will never be the same again. You won't ever have to go hungry again. Okay? So, my dear Pisces, I'm sorry for this being so long. I want you to take really good care of yourself, and I want to tell you that I'm grateful for all of you watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. I also hope that we will meet again in the beginning of May. Okay, bye-bye.